when you're questioning everything, dive deep into your passion because that is where that rigor comes from. That's where that persistence will come from. That's what gets you through the rough parts, especially as a business owner. And surround yourself with other business owners because they get it and they are your best cheerleaders, like you were talking about.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. I am so excited to have you here with us. My name is Tiffany, and this is Unveiling Journeys. Man, I have an exciting show for you today. Can I tell you just a smidge about me? I love people. I love meeting new people, hearing about their story, sharing the people that I meet with everyone that I know as best as possible. And what ends up happening in some of these meetings, I lean into unwrapping them like a Christmas present. And by the end of it, I'm thinking to myself and I'm telling them, Can can I know more people like you? Or, like, do you know people that I need to know? Because I wanna tell them my story, and then, by the way, there are people that I need you to know, by the way, and I'll show you how to find them and friend them, and can I connect you with them? And it's just sort of this perpetual motion machine now. That was a little bit of a snowball. It's turned into an avalanche of phenomenal people, and about a year ago, the podcast was born, and now I've recorded 110 episodes and you guys are here today. And I'm just going to keep going because I want to tell you about all the fun people and phenomenal guest for you today. Like kindred spirit, her and I could just talk all day long. So we're going to do our best to keep our show to under 30 minutes. And by the way, welcome my guest, Jeffri. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, do me a favor, tell everybody a little bit about you and I guess what you're up to like right now.
Oh, okay. I am Jeffri-Lynn. I am a brand architect, and everybody asks me what that is. It's because we build a brand from the ground up, blending. Probably why you and I keep talking and talking and talking, but really it's like unwrapping a present, right? Uh, Blending heart, head, and habits into everything so that when they are communicating their message, it feels authentic, it's real, it's genuine, even when it's dressed up by AI. And it is really soul centered, heart centered, and true. So, because people don't buy you because you have a cool logo, right, Tiffany? They
Mm-mm-mm.
do business with you because of how you communicate your message. You tend to be aligned in values, and you can do that without listing it on your website, right? It's through how you communicate, how you visually, verbally, all the things. And so, I just really love this work. It lights me up, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop. I have a team that works with me, a close team, and then a larger team underneath them. My creative director has been with me 21 years. 21. Yeah. So we have really long, deep relationships, which is exactly what we like to develop with our clients and with people like you that we meet and then we can't stop talking all the time. But I'm really passionate about this work. I'm really excited to tell people's story, kind of like you are, and to connect them with the people they do their best work with and for. I love working with nonprofits, health and wellness, all coaches and consultants, people who want to change the world, people who are getting stuff done, people who are always on the move, people who are never going to stop. And we have a part of our culture here at Blaze is CANI, constant and never ending improvement. Always keep going, keep moving. It doesn't mean it's bad. And our second thing is excellence, not perfection, because done really, really well on time is better than great late.
Ooh, that's like a mantra for the year I've had to yell at myself, like, "Done is better than perfect and not done," right? Let's get this sucker done. Not beat yourself up over it because at least that one's done, move on to the next, right? Make the
Yeah,
next one
something
better
in
and
the
better.
vault is not doing you any good. And really putting it out there and getting feedback, that's your best option, you know? Then you know how to tweak it and what to do to make it better. So, I love that. I love always doing that. And I think I think, you and I were talking earlier about what drives you and how come you keep going and what is that does that? I really feel like when the going gets tough as a business owner, it's that passion, that love for the game that gets you over the rough spots. Because pure willpower, just because you shoulda, coulda, woulda, that's not going to do it. But if you're loving the work, you're loving who you're working with, it all comes back to just the passion around it, right? And even adjusting your purpose as you go, maybe offering a different service, maybe offering a different product, whatever that looks like. But if you are blending all of that professionalism into who you are personally, how can you go wrong? I don't think you can.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think the one thing I love about this, um, how would I describe it? Like you, what it is you do, encompassing it, has opened up my eyes to the order of processes that people desperately need to know. Because when I thought I'm going to start a business, I better create a logo. Like, what on earth? That was not number 1. That was not number 1, and now I'm, like, in a couple of logos deep for a company. I'm like, "Dang, the brand is actually me. Did I love that logo? Sure, right? Does it feel me of who I am?" And being able to work with a brand architect, logo is not the first thing. It's like you're digging so much deeper into what and where and just they have so many seconds to make that opinion of you, but it's really they're not buying your logo, right? So
That's exactly right. We actually designed the logo last.
yeah,
So when
yeah,
we're putting together a brand, we are digging into the essence, the personality, the style, the values, the mission, vision, values, right? We we approach it like the brand is a mall. So if you have anchor stores but nothing else in a mall, nobody sticks around, right? They go into Sephora at JCPenney and they leave. But if you have a mall without anchor stores, it closes. Like, just like that. So we always say, hey, you need your mission, vision, values as your anchor stores, but then you need all of those other pieces, the personality, the style, the uh, brand voice, the mood, the tone, all of those things, your brand pillars. And that keeps people walking in your mall, right? The food court is your logo. It's just like the bar or the food table at a party. You're going to find it, but
yeah,
you're not gonna stand there because the line gets really bad. And eventually, you'll find it, but you're only gonna hang out there 20 minutes before you're off exploring all of the other things in the mall. So we look at it like your logo, your colors, your typefaces are just the food court. They are representative of and symbolic, and most people recognize that first, but it is only effective because of what it stands for.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great analogy. I love this so much. Okay, you've done so well at describing everything that is that your company does. Let's get into the story. Like, I want to unveil your journey. I want to crack into it. Where are you from? And how did this kind of journey start? Like, what did you want to be when you were growing up? What did you go to school for?
I grew up in a teeny little town in Maine, and I was bound and determined I was not going to stay there. And I got my first byline at 15 on the local newspaper. So I was a writer. I had no problem being in front of people, and kind of the whole performing thing. So my mom had come to me and said, there is a pageant and it offers a full tuition scholarship and you might want to do it. And so I did it and I won. And I went to Oklahoma City University and started out in music theater. Kristen Chenoweth was in, vocal performance and all that. Christy Chenoweth, Kristen now, was my sorority sister, and she was in that. And I am not that talented. And so I switched to mass communications because all of those things, all those pieces, the communications piece was still part of it, right? You still get to perform, you still get to write, you still get to do all the things. So I did the whole mass communications thing, went on to get my MBA, And I just never looked back. The creative process, the strategy, it all came really easily to me. And I just dig it. I really, really dig it. So after that, I went straight into working marketing, brand positioning, all of the things, sales, all of the things, and moved my way up until I was running a media company. And I did that for like 25 years.
Whoa.
When I found print was going away. One of the things I had learned in my MBA was jump before the ship goes down. Write it up, but jump before the ship goes down. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do next? Because I love this work. So, what am I going to do next? I went to my kids who were then seventh grade and a sophomore. And I said, so I've been playing with some stuff at night. I became certified as a teacher for English as a foreign language. And I want to move overseas and teach English. What do you think about moving to the Philippines for a year? And I expected them to say no, but they didn't. And they said, my eldest said, that's going to look great on a college application. And my youngest was like, as long as I can play video games. So, seventh grade boy, right? So we packed up and we went, like,
No way.
sold the house, found my replacement for my job, like, left. And after 6 months in the Philippines, my kids were like, so we're not renewing this contract, right? Because no Wi-Fi and no refrigerator in our house. We're thinking we want to go home. And I was like, I get it. I totally get it. So, but I will tell you, that single experience was so beneficial for those kids
Yeah.
because they learned that you can be so happy with nothing
Yeah.
and that you can live simply and really love your life as long as you have Wi-Fi. So when we came back, I went to work for a boutique firm that
Where'd you
does,
move back to?
I went back to Phoenix. We moved to
Oh,
Phoenix. And um, I went to work for a boutique firm that did brand and leadership training for large high-end hotels and resorts. Super fun. I loved the work, but something was missing because entrepreneurship is in my soul. Small business makes me just rock and roll. I love just the impact of it. And so I looked at my creative director and I was like, I love this work. I really do. But I really want to do it for small business. So if we're doing $150,000 brands for resorts, why couldn't we do the same thing we do for small business for $10,000? And he goes, we could. And I said, okay, we're doing it. And we started Blaze
wow.
right then. Walked out on our own and have never looked back. It was amazing. It was really amazing.
Did they like try to talk you out of like leaving at all? Because I mean, you were crushing it for them, right?
Yeah, no, the CEO is really into women empowerment and I mean, it's leadership training after all, right? So really solid. It's not like it had been a secret that I was like feeling some unrest, like stuff just wasn't, I just wasn't in my zone. And I just really, everything for me is about loving it, being all in, right? And so she was really supportive. She was like, well, go do your thing. Just don't do it in my sandbox. So I wasn't interested in doing hospitality anyway. And it became really easy. I kind of started working with nonprofit, health and wellness, all the people that are changing the world, a little
Mm.
slice at a time.
Yeah.
I really felt like that was my impact and my life's purpose was that my impact is exponentially amplified by the impact all these other people are having, whether it's a mental health professional or a naturopathic physician or a food bank in Phoenix, right? Like these things are important.
Yeah.
And I'm not altruistic enough, sadly, to want to go start a nonprofit and make that kind of impact, but I can sure support those who do. And I can help them make more impact by growing who they can support, how they can support them, and how they can create change.
Yeah.
So that became my part in all of it. And my team is all in for the same reasons. We are so aligned that it's just really working. It feels
Yeah.
good.
Man,
Yeah.
that's so fun. The identity of seeing, hey, listen, as a B2B, you're servicing not the big guys anymore, but the little guys. Your ripple may not be like a kerplunk in the pond, but like a little boop in the drop in the pond, but that still makes almost the same amount of waves to all the people that you're impacting to be able to empower. In my opinion, who runs America? Small business runs America. Like, that's another tirade I could go off on, but like, I think the people that service them, a major pat on the back because we're always going to have the Walmart and the Target and the whatever, right? But
Right.
like the rest of it, the fill in the rest, right? Like you said, you got to have our anchor people to service whatever, but all the little bitty guys, the rest, that's the majority of them all. There's like 100 of the little bitty guys and four of the anchors. We need the rest.
And I feel like it's more meaningful, Tiffany, at least to me, because when you move $1 billion properties annual revenue by $1 million or $5 million or $10 million, yay. But the GM's going to be at a new property next year, and his senior leadership is going to be spread out at different places. When you are working with a founder that has grown their business blood, sweat, and tears, whether it's a startup or it's somebody positioning to exit, there's pride in that. And when you move that needle for a $5 million business, you move the needle 500,000 or $1 million just because they feel differently about the business they represent, right? There's confidence. They know how to tell their story. They are completely clear on what they stand for and against. Um, then they attract the people they're doing their best work with and for, and it lights them up too. And if everybody's shining,
Hmm.
wow, that just brings joy. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you answered the question already, but I'd like to ask it to like reframe it. Why why do you keep going? You could just hang up your hat. Like why do you choose to not quit?
Um, it's totally it's totally heart-based. It's passion. This is my passion project. I feel like it's my purpose in life, but also, uh, I'd be bored. But I think my next chapter might be evolving into more of a leadership development kind of thing as I slow down, which is not happening anytime soon. But as I slow down and do less of the strategy work, less of the brand work, I think it's going to be more of a mentorship kind of thing where, hey, let's help you grow your business in all the ways because I've been doing this a while and I know what I'm doing. So I make all the mistakes in my own business first, right? So I feel like that may be the next thing that I'm kind of excited about. And so instead of our monthly brand spark newsletter, the team and I have been working on a weekly leadership
Mhm.
piece that's like, hey, if you're a business owner, and here's a little bit of marketing and here's a little bit of brand, but leadership is a behavior, not a position. So, regardless of where you are, if you have an entrepreneur spirit, where can we take this next? What can I do to ignite that spark in other people so they want to be a small business owner? So they want to step out of corporate like I did, like you did, like all these people have done, and become a business owner to really have our own impact in what lights us up instead of doing what somebody else wants us to do with the clients they want us to do with.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that might be next. I think that's the first time I've told anybody that
Oh,
outside my
nice.
team. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be public starting January 2026. Let me ask you this, because you have said so many phenomenal things, and people hear your presence and that you just won't give up attitude. They're thinking, I want to know you. I want to hang out. Like, could you help me in my small business, like rebrand myself or take a peek at my brand? Where's your favorite or best way that people can come find you?
Our website for sure to learn a little bit about us, explore the blog, sign up for my new newsletter that's going to be coming out. Blazeexperts.com. It's two E's in the middle. It looks weird, but it's right. Blazeexperts.com and LinkedIn. Connect with me on LinkedIn all over the place. I'm not hard to find. There's not many Jeffri-Lynns.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I found you. Nice, nice. All right, 2 more questions. What I know you just hinted at it, but what's on the horizon?
Well, I've lived internationally. I want to do it again because I can do this work from anywhere. So I got to learn another language because I'm really, really envious of all those people who know more than one. So I'm working on that and maybe living abroad again. Not in the far too far distant future. I think that's on the horizon. But also I have 8 books in various completion parts. I really want to at least finish one and get it
Yeah.
out. I've edited and published for other people. Why haven't I just finished my own? What is up with that? Is it fear of success? We talked,
Ooh.
or is it uh fear that it's really really gonna suck? Like I don't I don't know which it is.
I think because you wrote it, like, pre-AI, it's probably gonna be killer 'cause the AI stuff that's coming out, you can just tell. So the
Yeah,
fact that you've spent so long to write it, you had
except
time to
I'm a
put
big
yourself
fan
in
of
it.
the M dash, so people might think that AI wrote it like that.
Oh, that's true, that's true. I don't think they could train to talk like how you and I do. Just we feel so much with our words. We can't like, it can't be repeated by AI. They try, but there's not enough exclamation marks it puts in for me.
Exactly. My team is always criticizing Jeffrey. Too many exclamation marks. I'm like, if you wrote down how I speak with you, how many would there be?
A
They're like,
lot.
okay, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I am that excited every time I'm sending a message, just I'm nervous, but it's like, hi, glad we met. You know, I
See,
really
and that's why we connected so well from day one.
it's just the way you have to. Like I wanna be excited about everyone that I meet because I find that I'm more excited about their thing than they are with their own thing and need someone to be on their like cheerleader side with them, right? Like that's just the gift I have as encourager. I think that's what you lean into.
You are a cheerleader and an encourager and a connector.
But yeah,
I'm
I
just going
love
to
it.
start calling you Tiffany the Hub.
The hub. Oh my gosh, I was trying to side tangent. I'm gonna tell you after we stop recording. But website's in the work, right? It has his name in it. But let's I want to wrap up the show with your last lingering words of wisdom, your golden nuggets you want to leave and share with everyone.
Okay. Um, when you're questioning everything, dive deep into your passion because that that is where that rigor comes from. That's where that persistence will come from. That's what gets you through the rough parts, especially as a business owner. And surround yourself with other business owners because they get it and they are your best cheerleaders, like you were talking about. So yeah, but the one thing that I always like to leave people with is that one piece. I think I said at the very beginning. People don't buy you because you have a cool logo. They do business with you because of how you communicate visually and verbally. So make sure that when you are putting together your marketing, your brand, all of the things, that you're looking at all those pieces of the brand mall so that you have consistency and clarity and nobody will mistake you for somebody else, whether they see your logo or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. You have such wise words of wisdom you're leaving with everybody. I appreciate you and your time to come and share with everybody. And I'm like mesmerized by the fire in your background. I love that so much. The
But,
pic.
it's part of the brand without showing the logo, right?
Oh, that's true, right? The blaze. So I don't know why I just connect the dots on that, but This is so phenomenal. Thank you again for your time. And thank you everybody for staying for the episode. Don't forget, please, please follow Jeffri. It's easy to find her on her website and then go find her on LinkedIn. And if you're like, Tiff, I don't know, no, just send me a message. I'll get you with her because she's accessible. She wants to reach out to you and she's on your team at this point. So hang out with her and get to know her better. And then I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for hanging out and have a
Thank
great day.
you.
Yes. Bye, everybody.